This video is for all the Muslims and for all the people who not understand the scripture. I try to speak about in English, but they can wrote me and ask me. I can answer all the scripture because God of Israel was teach me from childhood every scripture. What does it mean? This is a Quran in German language. And this is a Quran in English and Arabic language. I read the Quran in 3 languages. This is just 2 books. And Imran, I tell you the truth, Muhammad was never teach about his fantasy or about his life. He always tried to teach what the angel told him about the prophets. Who was the prophets? He not teach about himself. He teach about Job, Abraham, King David. Every prophets are written here. Isa, Yeshua, Moses. Moses is many times written in many surah, not just in one surah, in 28 or 20. He teach about the prophets, what he called messengers or prophets from God, who was sent by God. And he always say, Muhammad, remember that Moses was bring out the children of Israel from Egypt with God's power. Remember this prophet, remember Isa teaching, remember this, remember Sodom and Gomorrah, who God was destroyed. Remember Noah, and remember all these things, what's written by the scrolls. These scrolls are the prophets, the messenger, the scripture, and all the scrolls together, this is the Bible. Bible is a word from Greece, and it comes from Biblos, and Biblos is when you teach Greece and Latin, Biblos is a word from God, what is written in the scripture, in the scrolls. And in the Bible, in the Biblos, in the book of description, you found every messengers and prophets what Muhammad was say to the Mohammedan. You must read the prophet's scrolls. It's in the Bible. You can read it also on one scroll. You can begin on Moses' scroll, then you can continue about the small prophets, Amos, Malachi, and all the small prophets, and then you can finish it by Isa. And you can buy a lot of scrolls, but when you buy the book Biblos, Bible, you have all the scrolls inside in one book, and chronological is very important, the chronologic. And Muhammad warned you, Imran Hossein, who teach against one prophet who was sent by Allah, by God. You never resurrected, Imran, and you will fall with your nation in hell. Nobody can teach against one prophet who was sent by God. And Muhammad was teach, you must believe in Isa, who was born from Mary, because God created Isa, Yeshua, in his womb, and you must read his word in the Evangelium and believe it. And what was he teach Isa is written in the Evangelium, and who not read it and not believe it, go in hell. So nobody can teach against the prophet. I himself never teach against one prophet. What I was judged is not a new judgment. Is written by Moses, is written by Jeremiah, is written by every prophet. What I teach is the teaching, the law of God. Muhammad was begin. He was the first feminist in that time who not give human right the women's go in hell. This teach every prophet, not just Muhammad. He say also the same word, Mohammed, as Paulus, Apostle Paul or Shaul. He say who not can respect the woman, not respect your own body, because every child become flesh from the woman flesh. A woman created in his own womb, his own body, in a woman body, man's also. Everything on you, Imran, is a woman blood, is a woman flesh, and a woman cell. You himself come out from a woman. And therefore say Muhammad and every prophet who hate women and not accept women hate their own body. And Muhammad was also, as Jeremiah, teach the same thing, never make slavery. And Muhammad was also wrote on scrolls, on letters to every evil king in Arabian letters that the slaves have the same right for God as the kings. They must be free. Muhammad wrote many letters to many kings as Jeremiah, let the people free, as Moses, let the people free. God not created slaves and kings. God created just brothers. And he never created such law that a brother can be slavered his another brother and say then to him, you are a goy or a worm, you must work for me or I kill you or not give you food or human right. This is Satan teaching. What I wrote, Imran, is written by Moses, by Muhammad, by Jeremiah, by every prophet. What I wrote in my books is the law from Allah, and every prophet was judged the evil kings and evil humans who not do the law. And they just deleted my words because these words, they not proclamated me inside because these words are from God and it was a judgment against them, what they make in secretly. And they not want to hear it and not want to repent. Because they make slavery, they make many slavery, not just sex slavery and children slavery. They slavery the whole world. They slavery humanity. They slavery people's mind because you not can think in Europa. When you think and preach, they kill you. This is also slavery. You not have freedom. You not have mentally freedom. You not have spiritual freedom. And you not can be a good man because then the evildoer on throne kill you. And this was in the beginning by Moses' time the same, that the slaves not have human right, just must work and not can think and not can talk against the Pharaoh and not have human right and 3 days and the Pharaoh can kill and rape and they must just shut up. They must just shut up. And who told his brother this, you must just shut up because you are nothing, is Satan. It's not from God. And every prophet God sent to make the people, the slaves, free. And then every prophet say every people are the same and must have the same human right. Muhammad begins so, Moses begins so, Jeremiah begins so, Amos begins so, every prophet. And a man is written in when you talk against just one prophecy, you cannot stand for God's throne because all the prophets are from God. And when you himself not believe in them, then it's better when everybody are be quiet. Because then you blaspheme not just this prophet, because you blaspheme also who sent him. And when Allah sent him, you blaspheme Allah. And this will never be forgotten and forgive. And what I wrote was Allah's will because I heard his voice from childhood. I not just can see everybody's flesh and everybody's thinking. Every prophet's become this gift, but it's not a gift because the sinners not want that people know their evil deeds, what they make in secretly. But God see them, and God show me their deeds, and God is not blind. And God commanded me to write all the evil deeds, what God hate and judge by all the prophets. I must write in a book that they forget the law and make also evil things. And it's Enoch or plague was we sent by hurricane, earthquakes. And I wrote it, and then they delete it and not repent and just try to kill me. This is also the same way. They in every generation they stoned the prophets. Muhammad must emigrated out from his own nation, because in that time when Muhammad was sent with this message that the woman must have right as the man because they are the same flesh, they not believe in Muhammad in that time, and they want to stone it to death. And Muhammad must emigrated out from his own nation. Nobody believed in that time Muhammad. They stoned Muhammad to death, and he emigrated there and there. And just the Christianity priest was help Muhammad, a Christianity priest. And Jeremiah was also stoned and hit by his own nation. It's always the same. Because nobody want to hear his own sin. And the prophets not come to celebrate with them, the prophets come to judge them, and then they not can listen and not can repent, and therefore they want to stone it and kill the prophets. It's not because the prophets are evil, no. Who stoned the prophets are the evil, because Iblis want to destroy flesh. The prophets just come with words, with wise words, and when they listen these wise words, then they realize when they do these wise words, then the real freedom and peace come on earth. You must just look, Imran, these two videos. It was two story, two movie. I will give the link under the video. When the woman go to Iran without my doctor, example the movie, he have a man who was an Iran man, and she have a doctor, and when they was live in America, they was happy. The woman have human right. The woman was working as a teacher, and the man have human right. The man was working as a doctor, and they have a big house, a big garden. They was happy. They sit in the garden every day, have many friends, and eat there, and they was happy. They love each other, eat together with each other, and they was happy. And then what was happened? Because this is a normal life. And then they go to Iran, visit the family. The woman not can go out. The woman just sit in a prison. The child not can eat with the man and just hit by the father. The father become evil and break the law what Allah give, and break not just the law, they break his own life and happiness. He treat on his own body, he treat and prisoned his own body, and he treat on his own love what he was married, and therefore the happiness was gone. This is not happiness what they make. This is Satan. This is a Satan evil shit. And when you realize what is happiness, what God commanded, this is the real happiness, that everybody is equal. Everybody must have the same human right. And not looking the outside, and not looking that he's black or red or green or blue, and not looking that he's a child or woman or a man. Everybody is for God, a creation, because it's written God created every humans, and just Iblis want to destroy it. And who think that you are a better man as the another man. This is also not a good thinking, and you cannot judge a prophet, because Muhammad warned that every messenger who was sent by God, he wrote about more than 100 messenger prophets who are sent by God and who is written in the Bible. You must believe in them and read them. And I think the Muslims not read just this, maybe just this one book, but not read the messengers. The messengers are in the Bible and you must believe in them. And then when you read it, you must understand God's plan, because every prophet was see in vision that a Messiah comes, and the Messiah is created by Allah in Mary booms. This was the Emmanuel prophecy. Josiah see this, that on the end, a virgin become a child, because she was a virgin, because God created this child, and this child called Emmanuel, God is with us, and this was the Messiah Isha, and he will just eat sweet things, honey and milk, and preach God's will. And Josiah saw also that nobody will believe in him. He will crucified and must die, but on the third day he will resurrected. It's written. It's written before it was happened. It's written also that he will ride on a donkey, but on such donkey he will ride in Jerusalem, who was never sit on human. Just he will sit the first time on this donkey. And therefore he said to the disciple, looking for this donkey what was never ride, but I will ride it to Jerusalem, because the prophet Micha was see that he will do it when it will become. All the prophecy, when you read it in the Bible, chronological, he see the future, and when it was happened, they not understand, because they not read it or forget it. And this is a problem. Therefore, they never will understand God's plan. Never. When you not read chronological all the prophecies, you never will understand Allah's plan. And what I told the word and wrote is from Allah. I was saved, the Arabic people, Imran. I was judged, my own nation, the Jews, that they make wars with blood. And I want to save the Arabic people. And therefore the Jews not love me because I judge them that they make wars with blood, and I have plans without blood to create a Canaan new, but they not listen. I must told them this because Allah was say to me, and it's also written, Ariel, never buy Canaan on blood, wait for God's plan, and God will make Canaan with his righteous hand. And I want to save the Arabic people, and this is then this thanks for me and Allah that they not give me now human right and blasphemed Jesus and prophets and the Jews and me. Allah was trying to save also the Arabic people that they not die in this war, and then nobody is with me, with God, with Allah. It's very big shame. It's the same. I wrote books for Africa, for black people. Even when I'm a white people, I'm a German person, I'm a white people. I want to save also the black, because for Allah everybody is the same. And because I want to save as a German the black people also, the Nazis delete these books and try to kill me. And how many black people are now with me? Just very, very small. I offering my life for the black. I offering my life for the Arabic people. I offering my life for the Jews in Nazi Germany, because I preach always the law. And I offering my life for the Indian people in America, because the Vatican kill the Indian people and say that they are not humans, and they kill it. And now how many people are with me Even when I offering my life for every nation, they not see who I am and make my life shit and hit me. The question for what? For what they hit me? That I want to save the world, that I want to save brother and another brother, and I want to make a peace plan. Therefore they hit me. Just because they are murderers and not can accept their own brother. Thank you.